That was a pretty cool bridge, actually. But anyway, yeah, as I was saying, if you do follow the channel on the regular and check out videos every now and then, I'm much appreciative of that. It's nice to see that somehow the idea of this channel can be realized, and of course what the idea is to inspire and inform. So somehow my channel started actually when I was out paddling quite a bit. When I found paddling, I was really out a lot in the beginning already, and enjoying myself tremendously. And then I got myself an action camera, a GoPro, and I realized I had all of this footage that was just sitting there, really not doing much good. And every once in a while I would upload a clip on Facebook or whatnot, or Instagram, and I suppose I realized that while it was nice in the moment, people would see that and like it and maybe enjoy it or be inspired or learn something or bring their own suggestions. But as happens with that kind of media, after a while that would just disappear further down the feed, and a few days or weeks later not many people would even be able to find it if they wanted to. So I decided to start a YouTube channel in order to have some more structured information that you could look up later and learn from if you were looking for information, maybe on kayaks or kayaking or paddling in general, safety, etc. And for that matter, just as I am all the time inspired by others and their adventures and exploits on the water and beyond, maybe some of my adventures could be an inspiration in terms of ideas of, you could do this, I could go paddling like that, or in that kind of location, or this is how you could do portable paddling, or maybe I could share a few tips on paddling safety or whatnot, things that I learn along the road, especially now that I'm a kayak leader. But anyway, that's how it all came to start. And everybody who follows and likes or comments, especially people who comment every now and then, or ask a question or provide their own stories, that's a lot of fun, and it helps show that that channel does some good. By now it's I think it's at 4.7 million views, which is quite something. Much appreciated, and 6,000 something subscribers. It's nice to see the channel do some good, and people shouting or providing shout outs with positive comments and such. It always inspires me as well, because then I see that the time spent on this somehow does some good. And if paddlers can be a little bit safer on the water because I provide some safety advice or talk about safety, or if somebody gets to enjoy a really good portable kayaking trip, or a sea kayaking trip, or having a more comfortable or more fun or more safe adventure because of something that maybe was useful in a video like this, then that makes it all the better, because that's at the end of the day the intent. But yeah, what I was really getting to is, thanks to the particularly engaged viewers that watch and comment and support particularly. While I'm out here, I'd like to take a moment to thank particularly the dedicated followers of my channel. You might be one of them if you watch every now and then. It's appreciated. I'm happy to know that something I'd like to mention George the river rat in the United Kingdom who does a lot of cool river paddling over there on the River Hull, and also on seawater. Some really cool paddling, sometimes with scores of seals following him and whatnot. And then you have David Poots from Northern Ireland, really experienced kayaker with a lot of pretty cool exploits on rarely on rivers, but it happens, I guess, a lot on seawater there, and in different kayaks, even inflatable and sea kayaks and Greenland style kayaks and whatnot, with a lot of inspiring stuff going on that channel. Some exploits being quite impressive, including rolling and whatnot. So if you haven't already, check out George's channel, The River Rat, and David Poots. Then I just mentioned my friend Don Erik, that is Don Erik Westerlind, together with his wife Erika. They have a YouTube channel as well, where they do different kinds of adventures. A lot of it is stand-up paddleboarding and kayaking lately, and their outdoors adventure, which often takes place in their backyards, as they say, in that they have nature accessible to them very close there. And they have a lot of nature views on their channel and different places they've paddled that are worth checking out. That is in Sweden, and they're based in Sandviken, which is west of Gävle, which is again not a larger city, that is not too far in that direction. Maybe 20 something kilometers from here, more to the west or northwest. It's a channel worth checking out as well, and you have a lot of really impressive paddlers out there. You have Leonard in Singapore, who just like me has paddled the Ituit 500 kayak a lot, although he has actually tried all the 4 versions of it and owned them, as far as I understand, which is quite impressive. So you have things going on over there. Also a channel worth checking out. And actually, I mean, you have so many paddlers actually that I should mention, but if I do that, I will still miss people in the list, and I will keep going all throughout the paddling trip here. And at the end of the day, I should also enjoy a little bit of the nature experience. So I suppose I will stop the acknowledgements there, with apologies to all the people who weren't mentioned, but you are appreciated. All the people that do follow the channel and create awesome content on their own channel. Keep doing that. Keep in touch. Happy paddles, and keep enjoying the awesomeness that is the water. So again, I'm just appreciating everybody who's following and who's creating content on their own, or just following and commenting and such. And also, of course, all the awesome people in different Facebook groups and on Instagram and so on. So now I'm gonna get back to just paddling and enjoying the water here and the sights. So far there's no actually boat traffic on the water that I can see, so I'm just out here by myself, which is nice, and I'll keep enjoying this for a while. Alright, that is one impressive bridge actually. That was a pretty cool bridge actually. In the distance there, I actually see a windmill on the horizon. And come to think of it, I noticed on the map that there should be a windmill park actually along the coast. And I've never actually paddled that close to these, I suppose. Not in numbers anyway. So that's also a new thing on this trip. A lot of variety included, I think, or at least some new elements that I don't get to see every day. Plus, it's always nice to see the Baltic Sea in a new archipelago or a new coastline. So yeah, this was a completely spontaneous trip. Well, not in that I just left my house and went out. I did a little bit more research than that. But I came up with this idea just looking at the map, I think yesterday. And I think it was... I think it really became crystallized in late evening, but I probably considered this area as an option earlier in the day, because actually I had been intending to go yesterday to another location, Knivsta, south of Uppsala, which I actually passed by train on the way here. Which is nothing particular, it's just a small town with a lake fairly nearby, and it's been on my list. It's outside of my own county, so it is valid as a new location in the Paddling in 100 Cities project, and I've never actually paddled there. I've never seen that lake. But then I took a look at the map and I came to think of this combination, and I realized that this was quite viable to travel to. It's crossed my mind a previous year, but never this particular combination. And I figured this would actually be a lot of fun, and a lot more fun actually than the other more simple option. So I checked the trains and I checked the route and did my assessments on whether it would be safe to get out on such a large river, which I did a correct assessment on in terms of I needed to walk north of the falls there and the major rapids and currents. I had planned that pretty much correctly, and in any case, this was not in my mind 3 days ago at all that I would be here today. So it's spontaneous in that sense. And this is what I really enjoy the most, actually. Seeing new places, just a new bridge like the one I'm passing now. It's always these small details, but also the windmills there on the horizon. I see a church, I see these houses on the side. It's a new environment that's a little. Many things here are different from where I normally paddle, and the waterfalls there and the major water flow at true force there, that was impressive. So this is what I like about paddling. This is my personal style anyway. That I mean, I don't mind at all going on an organized trip, or even organizing a trip and going with a group on a sea kayaking trip, for example, in the archipelago to new areas, can be absolutely awesome. And I enjoy that tremendously, and I enjoy paddling in good company, but also going out spontaneously like this. Sometimes with a friend or two, or three, but often, because it's often short notice and just a spur of the moment thing, or a couple of days of planning, or even sometimes there's a bit of planning I never really looked forward to it, like some international trips that I'm doing later this year. It's still a lot of fun, just going out somewhere where you don't quite know what to expect. You know that there will be enough highlights that it will be worth it. Basically, I think that can provide a lot of inspiration that can be helpful in other areas. It might be that you've been working on a problem at work, or volunteer work, or somewhere else that your brain kind of needs to figure out. And I find that being in a new environment adds creativity. It and yeah, it helps you think in new patterns, I think, and it might resolve some of those knots. Like if there's a problem that you worked on for quite a long time, you know how it can be, that you just can't figure it out because you get stuck somehow after a while if it's really complex, and then you stop thinking about it and you just relax your mind and think about something else, but subconsciously your brain is still working on it, and all of a sudden you'll figure out something quite awesome or impressive that you didn't see the first times around. Even if it's not that, I just find that after a trip like this, I come back with new energy, new mental energy, maybe not physical energy. I might be quite tired if I've been paddling and lugging around gear all across the country, but mentally it's like recharging your batteries, and you might get new ideas, and you get, in addition, if you're solo kayaking like this, you get some quality time for yourself where you're just relaxing and enjoying yourself on your own terms, and while you don't have the benefits that you would have in a group, you can have all of those fun conversations and sharing the experience and having those memories together and all the laughs and fun that you would have in a group. There's still a special charm to solo kayaking or solo paddling, in the sense that, again, you're creating your own adventure, and you own it and you set the parameters for it. And something like today, it's just that I would really like to do this, but for someone else it might be that getting up early morning, fairly quite early actually, as I did this morning, to catch the right trains and whatever, might not be enjoyable for everybody. It might not be worth it to be lugging around your kayak and whatever, to go on trains and then arrive here. But for me, I mean, it wasn't actually that much of a hassle. It was pretty straightforward, pretty smooth, everything. It can be quite rewarding, and it's just, you know, something I enjoy on my terms, and I'm sure many of you watching will recognize that creating your own adventure, and sometimes you can create your own adventure together with someone or some people, that can be equally fun. But whether you're doing it with a friend or friends or a partner or whatever, or you're doing it yourself, there's still a bit of some sort of satisfaction in creating something that comes out of your mind, a plan that you've built, basically. And I enjoy that spontaneity of sometimes I plan things for quite a while, but I do enjoy just this, you know, a good idea comes up and it gets realized, and there's no hassle really. It's just, okay, you know, things seem to work logistically, train-wise and transport-wise or whatever, and let's go. So that's not too shabby. But now I'll focus a little bit on navigation here and just double checking whether I'll check out the canal here or whether I'll continue. So see you in a bit. GoPro, stop recording.